Alrighty, everyone. Hello once again, and welcome back to the Pod 3 podcast. We are here with Farsi, the virtual Warfina balaclava that breaks windows if she can reach them.
Listen, sir, my crowbar serves a dual purpose.
Yeah,
Not
I
only
kind
does
of
it
found that
break the
out.
window, it pulls me in, but I can use it on your knees if you'd like.
No,
Give it a third
no,
purpose.
you already
Fourth.
threw it at me already. I'll
True.
pass.
Okay, fine. Be that way.
Alrighty. Anyway, we are diving into some crime simulator today, a stealth heavy
hmm
first person heisting game that's definitely become a pretty solid go to for the last couple of streams, at least. And
hmm
we have definitely, I would say, to kind of steal a phrase from Dutch, kind of gelled as a team in that game. We definitely started out really new,
Well,
like
yeah.
not really knowing what the heck was going on. I mean, you even did the demo before the game actually came
hmm
out.
Yeah, the only thing
It's
in the demo that you could do was Arias, which is like
really
boring.
basic. Yeah.
Totally basic. So I was like, I don't know about this at first, but then it was fine. I was like, well, I can't judge an entire game off a demo,
Yeah, then
you
we
know.
get in there and it's
So
like an entire neighborhood of houses
yes,
just to like try and break into, and we had no clue what we were doing.
and like
Getting
the raccoon.
caught like every 5 seconds doing something shifty.
We're gonna do some shady shit, dude.
Doo-dah,
Anyway.
doo-dah. So yeah,
Uh,
for those of you who, like us, are new to Crime Simulator, it throws you right into the shoes of someone who is just getting bailed out of prison. How you
right,
got in there, who knows? But whatever it is, it costs $50,000 to bail you out. And
right.
now your mysterious benefactor is essentially like, you're gonna commit crime for me or else.
Here's $500. Buy yourself a lockpick and go do crime. Yippee!
Yeah,
Like it.
pretty much.
That's pretty much all you get. That is your story to start with. You owe me $50,000. Now pay up, and it's a grind, right? Like there's times where we're like grinding out the week, which I call it a week. It's like a 3-day session, 3 sessions basically.
Yeah.
Uh, it's grindy, but it's fun, especially when you're just like vomiting your proceeds into the truck, and you're like, bing, 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 and
Yeah,
you're like,
you're
I
just
got
like
money.
spilling them out of your pockets like, I got
Exactly. You're just
this
like,
and this.
bleh.
I mean I
Oh,
mean,
and here's a
it's actually like
TV.
your backpack, but
Yeah,
because we
yeah. It
do
doesn't
like
look like it.
even with the default outfit, you have a duffel bag actually. It's not even a
Mhm.
backpack, it's a full-on duffel bag. So you're just
Right.
like tossing stuff out of the duffel into the truck.
hmm
And yeah, but anyways, we're kind of skipping a little head. We mentioned lock picks. You can get up to like crowbars and a whole bunch
hmm
of like a whole range of gadgets. You can even get a can of uh CS gas or something. It's some knockout gas pretty
Nervous
much,
system
whatever the
gas.
heck it
Yeah.
is. But it'll put out an entire house for a good long while.
Yeah, for a good, I'd say at least an hour in game, which is like a minute, minute and a half. I'm thinking that's
Somewhere in
about what we get out of it. Yeah.
there.
But
Rough.
you could do a lot of damage in a minute, minute and a half, let me tell you.
Yeah. What I thought was really cool, and we have a scene to go along with this. So you literally have to even sign your own paperwork. And
hmm
it's just like, your case file, redacted, paid by redacted, your little mysterious benefactor. And
Yep.
you actually have to hold the button down to sign your name. Like you see me, I pause a couple of times right here in the footage just because I thought it was funny. I figured it would just plaster your whole name all at once at first. Of course, that shifts into the next scene here, which is your first entrance
Right.
into the hideout. And of course, your benefactor, welcome to the base. As we've discussed, you have to pay off your debt. and I know the quality of the video is probably not the greatest, but if you see up where I'm looking at, your mysterious benefactor has someone actually watching over you with a sniper rifle. So
Yeah, they're
if
not there to help you. They're here there to, leave no witnesses if you fail.
yeah, if you fail, it's it's your head just
Yeah.
dunzo. So yeah, you have to literally just pay off your debt over time by grinding out all these different crimes. You rob literal neighborhoods. Like there's right now there's like two, three if you count the heist, but we haven't done that. So we'll
No, we
we'll
have
talk
not.
about that either later on or possibly in a follow up. What we have dubbed the 100 and 200 blocks are two different maps, of course. You've got the 100 block, which is your starter kind of basic area. The most rich, affluent people there, I would have to say, is Alan, Mark, and Dave's, with Dave's
Yes.
usually being the top tier, richest one. Um,
Occasionally, you'll get some decent stuff out of Tom. "Hey, sir,
No, that
where's
just and
your,
that
thing?"
started out just going in and repeatedly stealing his router. That man is never going to have internet because of us. Like, we just always rob the ever living heck out of Tom if he's got stuff in there. Occasionally, he even has a two-handed painting in his bedroom there right above where his
Oh,
bed is.
okay. Yeah, I think I've seen that every now and again, and
Yeah,
that makes
it's
you have to
kind
run
of
out the
rare.
front, so, 'cause
Yeah, it's like, ooh.
if you go in the back, how are you gonna get through the front? Okay, here we go.
Well, and that's the funny part because we did figure out that thing where we could put it on the grill and
Uh-huh. Yeah.
you know,
Go up and over.
yep. So
Yep, yep.
there's always that. So yeah, pretty
Any
much our first major heist, I guess you would call it, over at Dave's.
and
And
then I'm bringing that dang step stool.
look, we left that thing behind so many times. That was ridiculous. Dave's
Let's look at,
place.
like, this craziness, man, and I wanna give a shout out to a Mr. Pinklepuff. That man, let me tell you, he showed us all the different things, like throwing things out windows.
Yeah, we
We
had
had thought we
no
had to
clue
take
how
our
to do that.
people out the window. We were like, "Oh, you have to jump out and then take stuff back." We didn't put 2 and 2 together that you can just throw the shit out the window and then come back and pick it up. And the people, at least in the normal difficulty, don't seem to pick up the stuff that's there. Now, that doesn't mean they won't later. I don't, we haven't unlocked pro yet. Like that was an option, but we didn't do it. But we literally just walked through this place and took everything. Didn't have any issues.
We actually found our first bag of weed seeds there too, I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure if it was in our first heist. If it was, we'll see it here in just a moment anyway. But
Right, right.
I think it was maybe like the second or third time that we hit Dave's place. But
Mhm.
we found our first bag of weed seeds there, and that was long before we even had the table.
Right, because
We
we
eventually
had those seats forever.
Dude, we actually had those forever, then we lost them because we ended up having to reset. We've had our ups and our downs with this game, I'll tell you
Oh,
what.
totally. Like last night was kind of crap, but the fun thing about this game, I will say, is that while you have that progression feel, right? You have that like I started off with just a simple lockpick, and now we've got blowtorches, and we've got stun guns, and we've got all these things that you didn't have. You know what I mean? And then if you lose, you get murdered by the sniper at the end. If you lose, then all you have to do is pick things. You get all this experience. You pick these different things. You're picking 3 power-ups. Which power-up do you want?
Right.
Out of these 3 things. And we've had some great power-ups, and then we've had some where we're like, "But zip tie, but,
But I
uh,
wanted that one.
I want both." You know what I mean? Like, yeah. And we
Yeah.
just, like, sat there and watched the cops do cop things to poor Enigma. I think that no, maybe that was Havoc. But yeah, we just like ran through it like it was our house. We're like, yep, taking this, taking this, taking this. This is ours. Stacker. Yep, gonna do it. Stacker is an amazing skill. Not gonna lie.
And Reader was absolutely an
Reader.
S tier skill because then you don't
Not gonna
burn
lie.
through all the magazines and you can still sell them afterwards, or you can keep
And
them for your teammates to actually hold on to while
Yeah,
we
I
were
mean,
doing
it was definitely awesome. Like, we just walked through his house. We were like, "Yep, this is all ours." And I remember, like, you tossing the loot out, and I'm just like there, and I'm just like, "Doo, doo, 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 doo," wandering off with it. We really didn't have any close calls for us. Like, the person who got wrecked was doing shady shit somewhere else they shouldn't have been. But man, I felt so damn proud. I was like, we finally, like, finally just understood and owned the game. And then we're like, let's go to the 200 block.
it. Oh man. Yeah, but before we went to the 200 block, I can definitely say that Dave's place went in stages from, oh god, it's that place, to, oh, it's just another target, to, oh, now this was our real milestone. This was the turning point.
Hmm.
This was where we really locked it in and like gelled together as
Right.
just as the two of us going in there, and one of us would be on the lookout and we'd swap in between roles, and I'd be
Hmm.
lookout at one point while you'd be in there just absolutely wreaking havoc.
Hmm. This drawer
And
and this drawer and this drawer and this drawer. Oh, look,
yeah.
another drawer.
Oh, and finding out that you could open and close everything silently.
Quietly.
Oh my
Yes.
god, that was such a godsend, because we were just in there like flinging doors open and getting heard every 10 seconds, just
Yeah, we're like, run.
whip it
Yeah,
good.
whip it good. And then trying to teach others, like, if you don't hold down that E button,
Oh
dude,
yeah. It's like, if
I am
I
going
swear
to
to
throw
God, if
you
you
in there.
if you rip that drawer open again, I'm gonna put your hand in it and slam it shut. I swear. Every heist, the progression for everything, like moving from Dave's place into the 200 block, and the first time we
Right?
went in there, we got absolutely wrecked because we had nowhere near the skills that we needed to. I think between the two of us, we maybe had two, like 10 skills. Everything just started slowly working its way up as we get more and more skills, read more and more of the books, and now we've
Mhm.
we've almost like completely filled out our characters in skills. Like, we're
Right.
at the point where now we can buy level 2 and 3 skill books and
When
just
it
kind
doesn't
of
screw us over
hope.
and give us reader.
Yeah, because it is RNG. Like, we
Yes.
sometimes we get the worst RNG when it comes to the which skill book we get. We got like reader 4 or 5 times in a row, and it's just like, bro, this is $750. Cut it out. And
Stop
before
giving us
that, it was
reader. We already have
worse.
it.
Before that, it
Yeah.
was like 1,500. It was like, bro, you are screwing us out of half of our bank over this one book.
Hmm. And now we got that. That's the nice thing about the gold cards, right? Like we have the progression, the pieces that we've progressed where the gold cards have a chance of staying.
Yeah.
And the last time that happened, we got every gold card
Yo,
staying.
that was just an impossible chance. Like, I think it's
Totally.
like a 25% chance that each gold card stays.
Right.
And somehow the RNG gods just friggin' smiled upon us.
And
And
gave us all four of our cards.
we had 4 active gold card effects, and all of them stayed. It's like, oh, just
I
the
found a feature.
clouds parted. Yeah, I found a feature. Oh, but yeah, as
Yeah.
you go along and just all the extra tools, the
Mhm.
furniture, like, we have a power lifting bench now that gives us an extra slot for
Right.
items. We have
Right.
the treadmill that helps us out with stamina. We've got the
The bed, I think, that
stackers.
gives us health. Yeah.
I don't think we bought that yet, actually. We
Did we
got the
not?
weed table.
Maybe not. We got the wee table finally.
Yeah, we got the weed table, and that was like 5,000 bucks or something. And I think that's why we
Mhm.
didn't get the bed, because I
Probably.
think it was a choice between the two. But
And they're permanent. So they
yeah,
they
they're
go
permanent.
on that
So
character. It goes from that whatever. Do do do
even
do.
if you completely fail out the set and you get, shot by the sniper, you keep your skills, you keep your furniture. So, like, if you
Right.
have the weed table, you're not gonna lose
It'll
it.
be there the next time. Yep.
You'll lose a whole bunch of like all the stashed items. Like if you've got a credit card stealer in there on the shelf, you'll lose that. I
That's why
think
you sell it
there's
all.
yeah, you sell
Sell it
it
all
all
and buy the
before
furniture, you know,
exactly. Launder the money out
basically.
for something that you're actually gonna keep.
Right. So what would
Um,
you say is your favorite weapon or your favorite tool? I guess would be the better.
I was about to say we only have
We
like
haven't gotten to the weapons yet.
yeah. I had high hopes for the drone, but I'll tell you what, the zip ties and the blowtorch are definitely my 2 favorites,
Zip
and
tie and the
not
blowtorch.
for the reason that you think. They are actually just
My
completely
temple.
useful
Just kidding.
on their own, like the blowtorch
Yeah.
for opening up the the
The
metal gate,
safes. Yeah.
the safes, and the AC gas, where you can take
Mhm.
out everyone in in a single property, and they'll be out for a little bit longer than the normal. So the stun gas is definitely a top 3. It so many of these tools I just love to use. But one I will say that again I was kind of disappointed with just because it is really clunky controls is the drone.
Mhm.
It's great if you're going up, down, you can't
Okay.
just move side to side. You have to
Okay.
turn to whatever side you want to go to and move it forward. It is annoying, it is clunky.
That
It just
sucks.
it feels so weird to use. It's like,
Mhm.
no, this is not how this should be working. You're supposed to be like omnidirectional with the four rotor drone. Like it,
Mhm.
you know,
It's supposed to be high end, and it has upgrades, but yet we don't have
yeah,
advanced electronics yet.
we had it at one point, but that was one of the points that we failed and we got sniped out. So definitely as we've moved on, we've gotten more polished as
Mhm.
a criminal duo and sometimes a full-on squad. We'll have like 3 4 people. We can get Havoc and Enigma in there with us and we do pretty good.
Right.
It is so fun. There's frustrating moments, especially before we got perception and we couldn't tell where people were going. It's an
That has
it
been
is great.
huge.
And it is
That has
led,
been huge.
like I said, it is led up to us definitely polishing off our technique as we
Mhm.
go. We've gone from all loud, say hello to my little friend, getting caught every 5 seconds, to now we're operating more like Ocean's 11.
Right.
We're going in, we're just in and out, gone in 60 seconds, like quiet as all hell. They don't know we're there until it's
Mhm.
already too late and they're noticing stuff missing. We could be over on the other side of the neighborhood by then, or we could all be back in the truck dumping out all of our ill gotten gains into the truck and getting ready to head back to the hideout.
Right.
So it's been as kind of a slightly quick comparison to other games that we've, played, like Schedule One and Payday. It's definitely a completely different vibe. A
And it's very basic.
completely, yeah, and it's very, very basic. Whereas this is on, I believe, Unreal Engine. And so it's
Mhm.
got a lot of really high end graphics. It's all pretty much just straight crime. Like you can grow
Right.
weed in it, but you have to level up
That's not the
and
focus.
yeah, it's not the focus. And it's not even all that lucrative. You can only get maybe 500-ish dollars out of each time you go to sell the product.
Right.
And each time you have to replace the seeds. So if you ain't got seeds, you just got a table that's sitting
And then I find your seeds.
there. Yeah.
Source. The
We
trashy
yeah,
house in the
we've
200.
seen we seem to always find seeds at this one particular house in the 200 block, which is the more advanced high level area where you really do not want to go there if you're like a level 5 thief. You want to stick to
Yeah.
the 100 blocks. We found this out the hard way. We went I think we were like level 8 and we had maybe
7, 8,
10
something like that.
10
Yeah.
skills between the both of us combined.
Right.
And we just got utterly
Murdered.
stomped out in that area. It was like our first day in the game all over again. It's
Mhm.
like, why? What happened?
Why?
We were
But
so
why?
on point. We were riding that adrenaline high, that
Right?
euphoric hit from Dave's place. We're just like, hell yeah, we can do this. And then we hit up the 200 blocks. It's just like a whole new world, a fresh new ass whooping I never knew.
Pretty much, like, it was yeah, it really was, like, we
Every
walked in there and we
window
were like,
was,
"Why? Why do you have an alarm here
dude, like there was
in your
literally every
bathroom?"
every window completely fastened up. It was horrible.
It really was, and it's it and then
And the
I
police
found
response was quicker.
yeah, and then I found the houses in the back.
Oh, yeah. But one of those was
Yeah.
really where it got ridiculous, because that's where literally every window has an electronic alarm on it. And
Mhm.
the only
And door.
electronic that I could hack with the remote hacking tool was the camera.
Mhm.
I It was not the whole security system, because I hacked the camera, got it down, and then I used a glass knife on the kitchen window, instant alarm.
Yep.
There's no point. You just might as well take a baseball bat, run up to that house and smash out the windows, and then just run out and wait for the heat to die
Everyone to
down.
calm down. Yep.
And I got to the point where I just didn't even stop pillaging at that point. I'd go to that house, smash out a window, go somewhere else and start pillaging there because it was easier to get into.
And then once they calm down, then you would go ahead and go back and see what you can get out of it. The
Yep.
house, I think, is gonna be, like, kind of the epitome, like the coup de grace of finishing off the 200 block. I feel like that and the electronics store.
Oh my god, once we get into the electronics store, that is just
It's
going
over.
to be chef's kiss.
Yeah.
We're just gonna be so locked in at that point. It's gonna be like, what do you got? What? Why do you guys even try anymore? All we're
Right?
really
Like, they know
missing
we're
is that
coming.
master lockpick, and we've already got
Mhm.
every, because I can electronically take out that entire security system. I
Right.
just can't get through the friggin' doors because both of them require master lockpick. It's like such a pain. So yeah, it essentially ends up being a completely different vibe, even from
Mhm.
Payday. Whereas Payday, you're breaking into banks, you're doing high risk heisting, and then you've got Crime Simulator, which is more low
Single
tier
yeah,
criminal.
real low
Like,
criminal,
you're
yeah,
not robbing banks, you're hitting up houses. This is like B&E
and businesses.
versus grand larceny.
I think the
So,
only difference is, like, the electronics store. That would
honestly,
be
yeah.
the only everything else the electronics store and whatever that little store is in 201. I think it's like a coffee shop or something.
Yeah, it's like
Cafe,
a coffee
whatever.
shop and diner. It looks
Yeah,
pretty
so
much
it's
like a
like
diner.
other than
I've seen pastries and stuff back there too, so
yeah,
it's
so
probably like a
the only thing
bakery.
that yeah, the only thing that's those are the only 2 businesses that I saw. Everything else has been houses. So it's more like you said, more of a breaking and entering than, you know, stealing stuff from banks and high end like jewelry stores. That was the other one we did. Jewelry store and the bank.
Crime Simulator definitely seems to reward patience,
Mhm.
planning, really scoping out your objective. Whereas
Right.
later on, you can kind of get into a groove. Like when we go over to the storage and mess with Johnny, it is just that poor man has no hope now that we've completely dialed in on the storage units.
Mhm.
I pretty much just wait for him to get in front of number 4 so I can just dong, and he's
Yeah.
out, zip tie him up, because that's the one that's got the electronic, you know, windows. It's got a trap on the glass window.
Yep.
Every time we go in there, one of us gets shot in the ankle. It's a pain.
It is. It really is. Literally and figuratively.
But
It's definitely a pain.
so we just pretty much pillage right through the storage units. And
Yep.
now we're getting to the point where we've robbed poor Dave so many times that the RNG is just like, no, you get nothing in this house.
Yeah, man. Well, you get nothing in this block.
Yo,
Remember that run
dude, for
last night? We got
real.
nothing, and I was
The
like, "I feel
game
robbed."
the game was just pressuring us to go back to the 200 block, and we were not ready. We were like, but no,
No,
I don't
but
want to go
no.
back. It was like prison. I don't want to go back, man. You bailed me out of the pen. I don't want to go back. It's so bad. But like, once we
So
got,
much fun.
yeah, it's so much fun until RNG really just starts kicking.
Right.
Um, but ultimately, I definitely have to say Crime Simulator has been an absolute joy to get into.
Oh, totally.
Um, Overall, this is I know I'm not so great at this whole rating thing. I kind of like if I had to say, I'd get definitely give this like at least an 8 out of 10 because this game is once you get into it, once you really get a feel for the game, once you gel into it,
Mhm.
this game is just chef's kiss. I know I've used
Right.
that phrase a couple times during this podcast, but it is amazing to play this game, especially with friends. Learn it
Mhm.
together. You work through all of the highs and the lows. You'll definitely get frustrated at each other. It is a
Not at
game.
all. Never would do that. I
it
mean,
is
no, not at all.
it is a game where every little mistake is definitely felt. So
Oh,
you
totally.
learn from it, or you just end up getting piled and piled under the weight of your own failures, like until
Mhm.
you ultimately just get shot.
Right.
And the lines that they say just like how useless are you bang it's like oh damn bro like
All
you're
right
already
then.
you're already gonna kill me no need to like go overboard man like bruh have some decency.
Oh, it's funny.
But
Um,
yeah, anything else or
just if you if you just really enjoy a slow burn. I found this game, I'm not big into like stealthy games because I'm not patient at
right
all. Um, but it has a slow build to it. It feels like it has that slow build of tension, right? Like we started off at Aria's, which was just a shit show because she never has anything worth taking half the time.
like
And
rarely
we were
shows
like, yeah, and we were like, oh yay, we got $100, and we need out of our thousand, or we got $200 out of our, thousand. And then we go and watch Pinko Puff, and we're like, wait, hold on a second, we can
you
do
can
that.
do that
You can do that. You can sneak in behind them. Like we were like, what? And that plus the don't get caught moments, right? Like those moments where you're just like the line is
the
filling on the
gremlin
vision. Yeah, you're just like sneaking up behind someone while they're watching TV and taking their TV and throwing it
yes
out the window.
yes
Not that that happened,
No,
but
no, totally wasn't
not
there
at all.
at all.
But it gives, there's times when we get out of a run and we're like, damn,
We
like we
wrecked that
just
place.
wrecked that whole half of the block, and you go back the next day and that whole half of the block now has lots of security. And you're like, okay, what does this have?
It's like,
Or
yeah, the
whatever.
game actually ups the security
It
when
does.
you go through. It's like next time you go through there, everyone's on alert and like Dave will have his
Yep.
windows shuttered. It's like,
hmm
bro, like holy crap.
But yeah, the payoff when the high that you get, I guess, when you have that quote unquote perfect run. You know what I mean? Like that is what finalized it. Will I play this game solo? Probably not. But with the team, like let's go. I'm ready.
Absolutely.
It's so
And
much fun.
like you mentioned the payoff and that riding that high. Like I remember sitting there, just the two of us after that first real blowout when like I think we got twice our allotted quota,
Mhm.
and we're sitting there at like over $10,000 in stolen assets, and we had like maybe 8,000 for that 3 day period quota,
Right.
and we're just sitting there like, holy crap, we just
That changed everything.
absolutely wiped that whole place. Like that was the first time we hit literally the storage,
Mhm.
Dave's, Tom's, and
And Mark, I think,
Mark's.
wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mark's, because we had to destroy the garden gnomes. And that
Right.
we wound up that was actually when I went in there and I stole their TV right out from in front of them. It's like,
Yep.
"Aha, this is mine."
Tee, tee, tee. Nope,
And
no,
it's
don't
like
don't mind me,
we get
walking
back
down the
to
street
the
with TV.
we get back to the hideout, and it's just like, "Did that really just happen?"
Mhm.
And, of course, there's the truly clippable moments that we'll have to just direct people to our Twitch.
Totally.
Both of our Twitches. Check out Farsi's and mine. We both have clips of this one particular moment that had Farsi completely dying of laughter. Um,
I already know what's coming.
oh yeah, it's a good one. But I had taken a grandfather clock out of a
Kate.
one of Kate's basement, and yeah, I wound up making a comment that I won't. You'll have to check out the clips over on our Twitch
Yep,
pages. It
yep,
is amazing. You'll know it when you see it, or we can
yep.
just leave it linked in the
We could
description.
probably put it in, that, and we could probably put, some of our clips, our favorite clips into the podcast, Discord.
Yeah, we'll have to do that too.
Do that. Yep,
So yeah, with all of that, I think that's a wrap actually for
that's a
today.
wrap. Yep.
So
So,
thank you all.
go for it.
We definitely appreciate you guys coming along for this episode. I think episode 3 now of
Mhm.
the Pod 3 podcast. We yeah, this is the part where my brain's now gonna commit friggin'
Seppuku.
Sudoku.
Yep. What are you trying to say?
You go ahead with your
Check us
part.
out?
Yeah, you go
Okay.
ahead with your part.
So, if you got any other, crime simulator stories that you've gone through, right? Like some of those uh butt clenching moments, those oh my god, I can't believe you just walked by me moments, definitely drop them in the comments. Find us on our Discord. We have a Discord for Pod 3. We'll drop that into the link as well. um you know Check out me and Clan on our Twitches, our YouTubes, our Kicks, whatever
We'll make
it
sure
is that
we
we
link
have.
all of our socials right in the description.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But until then, we'll be back. We've got several more crime related stories or crime related games that we're, kind of looking at potentially doing into a podcast. So, you know,
Yes, definitely
we're
going to
going to have lots
be.
of bad decisions coming.
Oh, we are absolutely going to have a whole bunch more game
A host
tales and,
of
like you said,
decisions.
bad decisions coming up. Like I said earlier, I got Farsi into playing Payday 3, and we haven't
Hmm.
touched Payday 2 yet. That's coming. Don't you guys
Nope.
worry. I'll get her into Payday 2. We're going to play the not so good Payday. Then we'll go to the really good one. We'll save the best for last. Don't worry, Payday gang. I got you. I know how it is. Um so we will be back with that. We're going to be doing an episode on Payday 3. We've got our solo things that we're going to
Yes.
be doing as well. We're going to be doing our own solo podcasts at one point or another so that we
Mhm.
can, because there's games I know you want to do an episode on that I don't really play. And
Right,
there's other games like crime related games that I really want to do a series on that are only like single player. So it's
right.
going to be really difficult to kind of sit back and do our usual forum here where we've got you
Mhm.
and me talking about a game that we both played together. That seemed to have been our usual formula over here. And
Right,
this is going to kind of give us both a chance to stretch our legs as podcasters, kind of get a
right.
feel for our own individual voices in the space. And it's all still going to be under Pod 3. We're not like
Yeah. No, we're not
separating
sweating it out.
as
It's all
as
here.
a team. We're not splitting up. We're not breaking up the gang. We're just
Gang's all
kind
here and it's staying
we're
around.
just yeah, we're just kind of branching out and getting a feel for our own individual tastes in the podcast space as well.
Yep.
So
So check us out. It'll be
definitely
fun.
make sure you check us out. We'll be coming out with another episode here soon. So stick around, and until then, stay quiet. Don't trip the alarm, and
Peace out, Padre family.